Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Your buddy Tim back with another video. And guess what? It is that time of the month again that we look at the home sale stats for North Alabama. And we do this every month. I always like to get through the first week of the month, give the stats time to catch up with us, if you will. And that's where we are today. So we're going to look at what happened in the North Alabama market over the month of October. And we all know the market is changing, but is it changing as much as we think it will change? Are there things going on in the market that you need to know about? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So, hey, if you don't mind, before we get started, if you like what we do here on the channel, click that little subscribe button wherever it is. Click the bell notification, give us a thumbs up. That way you're never going to miss another video. And hey, don't forget, we've got Revolved Realty here in North Alabama. We're up to 94 agents. Wow, that's a lot of people. My days are primarily spent herding cats. And if you've never tried to keep a bunch of real estate agents in line, that's kind of what it's like. So if I haven't been doing as many videos as I was doing prior to the big growth spurt, now you know why. But bottom line is, if you are looking to relocate here in North Alabama and you would like the assistance of the fastest growing independent brokerage in town, that's us, that's Revolved Realty. And if you are already here and you need anything related to real estate, whether it's buying, selling, investment property, you name it, we do it all here at Revolve. So do not hesitate to give us a call. My contact information is right there. So, all right, the other thing, I'm having some problems with my voice. I had to do an allergy test, and I don't know if you've ever had one of these done, but basically they poke holes in your arms and they infect you with all kinds of nasty stuff. And I mean, you can see I got it all up my arm here. And what they're doing is it's a test to see what you're allergic to. Well, I took this test 25 years ago, and the only thing that I was allergic to at the time was cat dander. And so I had to retake the test. And to take the test, you have to go off of your allergy meds for at least a week. So I did that. And so by the time the test got here, I was a snotty mess. I got to tell you, it wasn't pretty. And so anyway, did the test. Hey, guess what I'm allergic to? Cats, pretty much. And some dogs, but I love dogs. So anyway, I'm back on my meds and I'm still just a little snotty. I'm a little phlegmy. And so bear with me. But anyway, on to the video. So let's look at what is going on in the North Alabama market in the month of October. Let me put on my long range specs here. I'm going to pull up my handy dandy computer and I will show you what we are doing here in the market. So as you know, things have changed dramatically in real estate all across the country. And you cannot turn on the news without hearing about prices collapsing, housing slump. Interest rates are the big story of the day. They're over 7 now. I'm going to do a whole nother video on interest rates and why it's still a great time to buy a home, and how you can possibly get around some of the high interest rates, but I digress. So all of that is going on. So people are really concerned because they're seeing the bottom fall out of a lot of markets and things going on all over the country. Well, the good news is, we're not immune. There are price reductions here. The market has slowed considerably, but we are still in a very strong market here in North Alabama simply because people are still moving here. People still have to have a place to live. Builders, though, are offering some pretty amazing incentives to help you get around the interest rates. So let's take a look at what happened in the market here in the month of October. So we're going to start off with looking at our 4 main metros. That's Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur. Madison, Huntsville are in Madison County. Athens is in Limestone County, Decatur is Morgan County, but those 3 counties really make up the bulk of our market area here. So we're going to look at all price ranges. We're going to look at single family homes, regardless of size, but we are going to look at only previously owned, meaning homes that have been, they're not new construction, they've never been lived in, these are previously owned, and that's where we're going to start. So let's start off looking at the median sale price for the month of October. Now, you might have thought that prices were dropping here, and they are to a degree. But if we look at the median sale price, Huntsville is blue, Madison is red, Athens green, Decatur yellow or orange. These lines are not going down, at least when it comes to the median sale price. Now again, median simply means middle. Middle, you take all of the houses and whatever number lies in the middle, that is the median price range. If you start at 0, which good luck getting a house for 0, but let's say you start at 100,000 and you go to $1 million, whatever number is in the middle there, what is it, $500,000, that's the median price range. So median means middle. And I think it's probably a more accurate reflection of the market than average price, because average price, what you do is you add up all the homes for sale in the market and divide by the number of homes, and that's going to give you the average sale price. But looking at median, check it out. It actually went up just a little bit. Huntsville was at 281, Madison 355, Athens 304, Decatur 245. That was last month. Well, this month, gone up a little bit. You can see that, let me just back here. Madison went from 355 to 360. Huntsville went from 281 to 286.5. Athens 304 to, where are we at here? Athens, right there, 308. And then Decatur went from 245 to 249. So at least when it comes to median sale price, middle price of the market, the prices held firm and remained up ever so slightly. But you can take a look that even over the last 12 months, Huntsville home prices are up 12.4%, Madison 12.7%, Athens and Decatur. Those are where the big jumps in home prices are. And I keep talking about Decatur. I got to get to Decatur, I know. I think Decatur is going to be our next boom market here. So I'll make a trip, okay? So you can see the median price held pretty firm. All right, so now let's look at the average sale price. And again, average means you add up all the homes for sale in the market and you average them out. You basically come up with a number, divide it by the number of homes, and you get the average. Now look at this, the average sale price, City of Madison, big drop, went from 463 down to 387 now. So why the price drop? Well, I think that what you're seeing is their homes are hanging a little longer on the market here, and we are seeing some price reduction. Now, over the last year, house prices in Madison have been super inflated, very competitive. Madison is where we saw a lot of the activity where we would get 20 or 30 offers in one day, $100,000 over market. Madison was the hot market here, and I think what we're seeing is prices in Madison settling back down to where they should have been if there wasn't this frenzy. So you can see the drop is from 463 down to 387. It's a significant drop, but again, I think that that is just the market in Madison calming back down because it was really, really overinflated. But on the other hand, take a look at Athens, Huntsville, Decatur, the average price up in October. You know, in Huntsville, we went from 316 to 332, Athens 307 to 357. That's a big jump right there. That is a really big jump. Decatur went from 266 to 308. So contrary to the market, Decatur, Athens, Huntsville, the average price went up. It did not go down. And so that tells me that those areas were actually priced a little more logically than Madison was. It also is telling me that those markets are still very healthy, okay? Anything in this area here, luxury property, 400,000 and above, is going to sit longer. And we've got some listings at Revolve that are $700,000-$800,000 homes, and those are sitting. And it's simply because the interest rate, the demand, and that number always sits longer anyway. So anyway, looking at this, you can see the average home prices in at least 3 of our main metros went up. In the Madison area, it went down. And again, I think the reason being Madison was so overinflated that we're just seeing prices come back down to a reasonable level. Look, we are not going to have a huge reduction of prices here in North Alabama. It's just not going to happen. The market is still holding steady. It's still a seller's market. We'll look at that in a second. So we're not seeing desperation selling now. We're not seeing a big drop in price. And so the demand is still extremely high here. Inventory is still extremely low. Let's look at the number of new listings that came out last month. So less inventory listing on the market. And what's happening here, I'm not so sure that this is a great reflection on the market itself. Basically, we see this every year here as we go into November and December because people really don't want to deal with selling a house over Christmas. Okay, we've had a couple of clients say, hey, we want to go offline during the month of Decatur because we got family coming in, we got Christmas, we don't want to be bothered with all this stuff. So I think that's what you're seeing there is it's not that there is suddenly a decrease in the number of homes that can be sold. It's just the time of year. So, and again, we're not seeing a tremendous drop. We're not seeing numbers like, you know, I think they're seeing in Austin and places like that where the line's just going down. So looking at the number of new homes coming onto the market in October, 239 in Huntsville, 94 in Madison, 61 in Athens, and 55 in Decatur. Another thing that's happening is people, sellers especially, realize that they've missed the boom. The boom is gone, boys and girls. So they're going to be a little hesitant. Again, I've talked to a number of folks that are saying, look, let's just get through the holidays. I'll put the house on the market in January and everything will be great. So number of new listings, though, is holding firm. Let's look at the number of homes for sale. All right, check this out. Huntsville, number of homes for sale went up from 302 to 330. Madison, we went down a little bit from 113 to 112, negligible. Athens, 100 up to 114. Decatur dropped just slightly. So the number of homes for sale really is holding firm. All right. And that's why we're still very much in a seller's market because there is inventory there, but it's tight inventory. Let me show you this. Months supply. Okay, what this means is if no other homes were listed today, how long would it be before we ran out of homes in the MLS to sell? And you can see it's still very much a seller's market because if you look here in Athens, less than 2 months, 1.9 months, they'd be out of inventory. Decatur 1.3, Madison 1.1, Huntsville 1.5. So we're still in a seller's market. We're still very short on inventory, which is good for the sellers. And so, you know, we will not cross over into a neutral market, you know, until we have inventory that'll last 3 to 6 months. And then if we get over 6 months, it's a buyer's market. So we're still very much in a seller's market here, although sellers are more amenable to looking at offers that ask for concessions. It's one of the things over the last year, most of the homes sold at asking price or above. And they sold without the seller having to offer any concessions like paying closing costs, offering buy down points, that sort of thing. Well, what we're seeing now is sellers are realizing that they may have to give a little bit to get a home sold. So we're seeing things, and again, I'll do another video on this in depth, but we're seeing things like sellers offering to buy down points, pay closing costs, that sort of thing. There's a lot more flexibility in the market now than there was just a few short months ago. But you can see we are still in a very tight market. Anytime your inventory is under 2 months, it's a seller's market. So, all right, so let's go back over here. We looked at the number of homes for sale, pending sales. These are the number of homes that actually went under contract in October, down just a little bit from 205 to 178, 93 down to 79, Decatur 45 to 50. Decatur actually went up a little bit. Athens is down a little bit. So the number of homes on the market held steady. We did see a decrease in pending sales. And, you know, again, I blame interest rates for that. These interest rates are freaking folks out. Look, my first house in 1988, I think our interest rate, we had an adjustable rate mortgage of like 14%. And I believe it adjusted up to probably 16% at the highest point. So historically, interest rates at 7, while we got used to the much lower, these are still not, I don't think they're prohibitive. It is causing folks to rethink the amount of house that they can afford because the interest rates by and large affect the monthly payment. So, all right, so pending sales, let's see how many sales were closed. So closed sales went down as well. And again, the pending sales contracts went down. And I don't really think this is a desperate reflection of the market. I just think that less homes were closed. There's still homes on the market. A lot of new listings came out. A lot of pending sales went under, but we just had fewer closed than we did the month before. All right, and there's a variety of reasons for that. It may be that less homes went under contract and that sort of thing. You also need to understand this is all previously owned. This isn't looking at new construction. We'll look at those in just a second. All right, so basically I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Price per square foot held steady, actually went up considerably in Athens. And so again, you're not seeing a huge drop in price per square foot, except again, Huntsville, Madison, they were a little overpriced anyway. So, all right, so let's look at new construction. All right, so Decatur new construction, Athens new construction, Madison, and Huntsville. All right, so let's go back over here to median sale price. All right, so this is new construction. These are homes that have never been lived in. It could also be homes that are still on the market. One thing to note, if you are in the market, look at new construction because the builders are offering some pretty impressive incentives. I have seen incentives like $10,000 in closing costs, stainless steel appliances, different amenities. And this is a reflection of the fact that builders who were not very nice to us realtors over the last year because they really didn't think they needed us to sell homes are now realizing, oh shit, I need realtors and I need clients. And so they're offering realtor bonuses. And again, they're offering some really great incentives and buy downs to folks that are willing to go under contract. So, all right, so looking at the median sale price, Huntsville went down a little. Madison kind of held firm. Athens went up a little bit. Athens is green. Decatur went down just a tad. So the median price for new construction, it's going down just a little bit, but you're not going to see these builders really drastically cut prices. Builders are still going to make their money. All right. So you're not going to see really deep discounts going in. Again, like most sellers, builders realize the money train has hit the station. And so now they are having to do things to get homes sold, but they are not going to drop prices dramatically. So median sale prices held firm. Let's take a look at average. Average prices, same thing, although Decatur went up. Athens, Madison went up a little bit. Athens went up, Huntsville went down. And there's simply a lot more new construction going on in Madison, Athens, and Decatur than there is in Huntsville. A lot of construction going on in Madison County, but it's north of Huntsville, east of Huntsville. All right. Number of new listings, you can see new listings went down everywhere except Athens. And again, this is new construction. And you have to also realize how builders use the MLS. Even before they break ground, a lot of builders will put listings in the MLS and they'll sit there until the house is built. And that can be somewhat deceptive as far as prices go because they're going to fluctuate those prices all along the build process. I mean, we've seen, prices for homes that aren't even built yet doing this. So the closer they get to being complete and constructed, you're going to see the prices adjusted accordingly. And again, I think what you're seeing, especially in Madison, Huntsville, is the builders realizing that it maybe didn't cost them all that much to build it, as much as they thought. so they can now adjust the price downward. All right. Number of homes for sale, new housing starts, went down a little bit in Madison simply because there's not a lot of places to build in Madison. Madison City is trying to annex land to the west of the city toward Athens. If that happens, you're going to see those Madison numbers just boom. But homes for sale, Athens, the number went up. Huntsville kind of remained flat. Decatur remained flat. And again, these are new construction. Number of homes going under contract. You can see it's kind of the same deal. Madison up a little bit. The other one's either down slightly or holding steady. So, all right. So this is closed sales. How many sales did they close? And again, we're going into the end of the year. You're going to see things start to slow down across the board. So they, especially in Madison, you're seeing less homes to close, which I think just is a reflection of the fact that there are less for sale in the city of Madison. So, all right. So let's see. Is there anything else? Let's take a look at before we log off here the counties themselves, rather than focusing just on city limits. We're going to go in Madison County, previously owned, and again, Madison County is Huntsville, Madison, Meridianville, Owens Crossroads. Then Limestone County is Athens, Tanner, Elkmont, that sort of thing. And finally, Morgan County is Decatur, Priceville, Hartselle, areas like that. And a lot of growth going on over there, just a ton of growth. All right, so let's go back up here, look at the median sale price on a county basis. So you can see Madison County, which again is Huntsville, Madison, down a little bit. Limestone County, Morgan County, up. And I think, again, that is the fact that there are a lot more homes over there that are coming on the market. Prices are very good. People are realizing that not everyone can live in the city of Madison. So we are seeing super growth in Morgan County and Limestone County. Even if you live in Morgan and Limestone counties, but you work in Madison or Huntsville, it's a really short commute. We do not have the traffic stacking up here like they do elsewhere. Average sale price, you can see Madison County kind of flatline there. Limestone up, Morgan up. I'm telling you guys, Morgan County, Decatur, especially down Hartselle, Priceville, booming, booming. It's going to be the next Madison. Number of new listings, Madison County down, and the other two kind of held firm. So, you know, what's going on out in the county is pretty much what we're seeing in the metros, although homes for sale, the number in Madison County, 656. So we're seeing a lot more folks now bringing homes onto the market. And again, these are previously owned. And, you know, one thing I think that's happening is a lot of sellers are trying to catch the tail end of the whip here. And timing is everything, as they say. But, you know, the bottom line, looking at all of this now, let me just turn this off because it's giving me a headache. The bottom line is our market here in North Alabama is holding firm. We are not unaffected by interest rates or world events. We're seeing the same effects that everywhere in the country is seeing, but to a much lesser degree. So it is still a good time to think about moving to North Alabama. And again, I keep saying this, I'm going to do another video on interest rates and some of the things that some of the lenders are doing to help offset some of those costs. And we're seeing that a lot here. And so, you know, the one thing with lenders are not going to go out of business. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. They'll figure out a way to deal with this. And, you know, a lot of the times that is going to go back to the seller who is going to foot the bill for that. But again, if you want to sell your house, you got to do what you got to do. So, all right, guys, there you go. The housing market here is still very healthy. We are not seeing a bust. We are not seeing prices fall through the floor. We are seeing longer days on market. We are seeing prices, again, I'm not calling them drop. They're adjusting down. They're basically coming back down to where they should have been before all the craziness started. So still a good time. So, hey, don't forget, guys, if you like what we do here on the channel, do me a favor, click that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, click us a like, click the little bell. That way you never miss another video. And again, don't forget, if you are thinking about relocating to North Alabama or you're interested in investing here, give us a call. We've got Revolved Realty 90 94 agents, probably 95 since I started this video. But we have a lot of agents on the ground ready to go to work for you. So that's it, guys. If I can do anything for you when it comes to real estate, do not hesitate to reach out. And until next time, you have a great day.